Hello, everyone. So, this is an installment of what I hope will be kind of a weekly thing called True Crime Tuesday, where I analyze a book that I read either on the day of Tuesday or during that week that relates to crime. Probably be better to call it, criminology something or other, but, True Crime Tuesday sort of has a ring to it. And the book I'm going to talk about today is called Outlaw Motorcycle Gangs, A Theoretical Perspective, and it's released by Palgrave, which is an imprint of Macmillan, and essentially they specialize in sort of what I would like to call, hard research books, not designed to entice or entertain, more so to inform, very scholarly, very academic. And so this takes an interesting look at motorcycle gangs. Now, what I found fascinating about this is it concerns itself in many ways with membership. What makes somebody want to be a member of a motorcycle gang? And I had never really thought about that. Now, I do know that when it comes to just reasons for joining a gang, for many people, it's not going to be about the money. I mean, Freakonomics exposed the fact that most quote-unquote gangsters just don't make that much money compared to what they could be making if they worked a normal job. And certainly there's lots of biographical accounts of criminals, especially early on in their careers, talking about how hard you had to work to earn practically nothing and then to send what you earned upstairs. So that was pretty interesting to me. Also, because the book concerns itself with, if you're going to be a criminal, first off, why join a gang? Not just a motorcycle gang, mind you. Why join any gang? It comes with some advantages and disadvantages. We know the mafia, you don't so much join as you get extorted in. You do a robbery in an area that's controlled by a mafiosa, and you've got to, pay up to them what's owed. The other one is now, why join a motorcycle gang? Motorcycle gangs are kind of known for having a very long probation period. You gotta earn your collars. You gotta earn your cut, as they call it. And that can take, a half a year of being at the beck and call of senior members. This is in contrast to other gangs where you did what's typically called a jump-in, which is a fast kind of mob fight where the gang beats the crap out of you for a minute or so. So I've actually found that to be pretty interesting. The second thing that was really interesting about the book is it talks about why you have to look at these outlaw biker gangs and the one percenters, so to speak, and you can't really consider them criminal organizations so much as organizations that have criminals in them, because definitely not all members of these motorcycle gangs will commit crimes. In fact, very few will, which kind of makes the reason why they join a bit even more mysterious, because you're paying dues, you're not getting anything out of it. So there's also some other interesting aspects of that. They discuss briefly, but don't really talk about why is this a Western thing? You don't see really motorcycle gangs outside of Western culture, predominantly white areas, of course, America, Canada, and Europe and Australia. And then the last part was what to do to combat them. Can you use RICO against outlaw motorcycle gangs? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Australia, I'm not even going to attempt to pretend I know what this acronym stands for, has VLAD, VLAD, and that's actually designed to specifically go after outlaw motorcycle clubs. Now, the United States doesn't have anything specifically designed for that. We do have a piece of legislation that I would argue was more or less designed to go after the mafia, and that's RICO, racketeer-influenced corrupt organizations. So this was actually a very good piece. I might read some more about what motivates people to join gangs and stuff like that. And definitely one thing that seems very interesting, I knew a little bit about before I read this book, but I'm going to research more, is the Quebec Biker Wars. And that was the Hells Angels versus, I want to say, the Outlaws. Also, too, if you want a really good account of what goes on inside the life of an outlaw motorcycle gang, then you can check out the book Under and Alone by William Queen. He infiltrated the Mongols, and there's nothing that he has in there that really there's nothing he has in that book that invalidates anything in the Palgrave book. So that's pretty interesting stuff. Anyways, though, so until next week, have a good one.